Hey, welcome to the I Am Podcast, where we answer all the questions about spirituality and inner peace you ever wanted to ask, and where we discover the truth of humanity and divinity through a better understanding of both. I'm your host, Sean Webb. So this week, I've been busy posting a lot of the older episodes that I pulled down previously. The first 25 episodes called The Body, Mind, Spirit 101, to be specific. They're up on YouTube. They're up in the iTunes podcast feed. We are back into what's hot on iTunes in spirituality. So we're slowly climbing back into one of the top podcasts in spirituality after kind of taking a break for a little while. And I will be reloading a lot of the videos on Facebook as well. So for you Facebook folks, do not fret. They are coming. One of the thoughts that I had, though, regarding some of the classic episodes that we put up previously when we were talking about enlightenment was the difference that many people have questioned me about regarding the difference between an awakening and enlightenment. And there is a difference. Now, some of you have asked via email, some of you have asked at the seminars, the live seminars that I've given. Some of you have asked on Facebook about various experiences that you've had that would classify as an awakening, but not as enlightenment. Now, Zen makes a differentiation in two different words for these two different types of awakenings. One is called Kensho, and the other is Satori. Now, Satori is the dramatic, full enlightenment, fully out-of-body experience that you are allowed to understand everything in the universe, and everything comes together, and all your questions about spirituality or your existence or the universe are answered. And that is a rare occurrence, but it does happen, and I do believe in this communications technology age, it is going to happen more often in people now that we're getting the word out that enlightenment is possible and that there are numerous ways to get at it. But the other word is called Kensho, and Kensho is something that's much more common, much more prevalent, and it's the typical experience that many people have in what I call as an awakening moment, an aha moment, a thing where you don't have the full enlightenment experience of an out-of-body, totally psychedelic, going to meet God, leaving the earth type of experience, which is what enlightenment is, but you do have an awakening experience where for a few seconds, for a few moments, for a short time span, you feel at one with the universe. You feel at one with everything. You can reach out of the confines of your body and feel everything around you. And there's a warm glow that seems to emanate from within you during these awakenings, during these moments of bliss where you're still kind of in your body, you're still kind of aware, you're just kind of existing, you're still you, but at the same time you're kind of enmeshed in the whole love of everything and all is one in the universe type feeling, and you're very close to that feeling of God. Well, that's a Kensho and not a Satori, and there's a difference between the two. I mean, the one obviously is the full enlightenment experience has many names: Fitra, moksha, samadhi, enlightenment, and the global disciplines of spirituality all lead kind of to the same path. If you're a Christian, it's Christian mysticism, and receiving the grace of God is what they call it. Isn't talked about a whole lot, but it's the focus of all monks and nuns in all monasteries at all times to go into that contemplative prayer and receive the grace of God. If you're Jewish, hundreds of years ago, Kabbalah was required teaching for Judaism, and in Kabbalah, You have what is called Yehida. Look it up. Yehida, which is basically the enlightenment and one of the highest planes of existence in Kabbalah and Judaism, which is becoming one with God. So these things, this enlightenment, this full enlightenment, is the focus of all world religions. And if you ever want to challenge me on that, feel free, because I will put you down like a rabid dog. Just kidding. But all world religions are focused on this enlightenment thing. And so the awakening that is the baby step towards enlightenment, those are the moments that we can focus our mind and even will ourselves into. In fact, if you want to do that right now, let's go ahead and do that. Let's start a meditation. And I'm going totally on a tangent here, but I'm going to show you a little bit of an awakening, a little bit of a kensho, a little bit of that experience that is a baby step towards enlightenment. So wherever you're at, if you're not driving, or even if you are driving, just don't close your eyes. I want you to relax and take a deep breath in through your nose and release it through your mouth. And now feel yourself at peace. And breathe normally through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. And now clear your mind, and what I want you to do is start with your right index finger and start to see if you can feel the energy and the life that exists within just your right index finger. And if you can do that, try to expand that into your hand. See if you can feel the life, the existence, the energy that exists within the skin inside your right hand. You feel it? It's there. If you calm your mind enough, you'll be able to feel the life energy that exists inside your right hand. You'll be able to tell that your right hand is there without looking at it. And now jump over and include feeling your left hand. So now you're feeling both your right and your left hand. And just observe it for a second. And now move up and include your entire arm, both sides, your left arm and your right arm. Feel the energy and the existence of your right arm and your left arm. And if you can do that, it should be easy enough to now include your legs. Your right arm, your left arm, your right leg, your left leg. Just feel, sit there and feel the existence, the energy that are your right arm, your left arm, your right leg, and your left leg. And just sit for a minute and observe that you can feel those things. And at the point that your mind becomes that silent to be able to hear the existence and life within your arms and legs, if you feel that energy, and it's something new that you haven't felt before, and you feel something that you are typically not aware of. That's Kensho. That is a focused awareness. That is an awakening that you are not typically aware of. It's a realization that isn't obviously a full enlightenment. It's not an out-of-body experience that gives you the answers to life and everything, and you aren't naturally a spiritual teacher after that. But it is something that gives you a sense of existence, a sense of there's something more there than just the noise inside my head. There's something more to this life, to this existence that is beyond what my typical focus is about who's going to get voted off American Idol and, what's going on at my job, and am I going to have enough money to take a vacation this year? Or am I going to have enough money to get rent? Am I going to get a job order? Yada, yada, yada. All the noise that's going on inside your head at all times. That's the fake world. That's the false world. That's the world that you're making up inside your head that consists of your attachments to ideas, your judgments of things, your thoughts about things, etc. All that is BS in comparison to the reality of existence that is going on around you at all times. And when you're in that state of calmed awareness, maybe you've experienced an awakening moment when you're in the park watching nature happen, and you're just observing, and you're enjoying the moment. You're enjoying the breeze, you're enjoying the weather, you're enjoying the grass, you're enjoying the smells, you're enjoying the children playing on the playground. Maybe you've been out and on a boat somewhere and you've just taken in the breeze. Maybe you've sat on the beach or been walking in the mountains on a trail, or just been out for a walk in your neighborhood, and you've had that experience of simply enjoying it all without thought and without judgment, right? And you felt that expansion of yourself to include those things around you. That's an awakening. That is a baby step that can lead us toward complete awareness and complete awakening. So I just wanted to touch on that because a lot of people have asked me that question regarding, I had an experience while I was walking the labyrinth and I felt this energy coming up from the ground and it overwhelmed me and I pushed it back down and I broke my concentration and yada, yada, yada. Those types of experiences are a higher level of energy type of awakening that can lead to an enlightenment experience if you allow it, if you let it. You don't want to push those things down. You don't want to push those things away. You want to invite them, because the reality is, no matter what you're doing in your spiritual path and in your spiritual disciplines regarding meditative disciplines, whether they be walking, sitting, yoga, martial arts katas, whatever you're doing to clear your mind, nothing is going to hurt you if you allow it to happen. Because there's going to be a point that you do, through your meditative practices, come to a point where you open up a door that is well beyond what you've ever opened before, and well beyond your understanding, well beyond what you think is possible, and it's going to blow you away. You got to be ready to let that happen. You have to be ready to let one of these awakening moments, one of these Kenshos, turn into that Zen Satori, that full awakening, that full enlightenment, the moksha, the nirvana, the fitra, the full enlightenment experience, receiving God's grace, yahida, whatever your religious base is, there is a name for enlightenment. You got to be able to allow to let that happen. So, that's the difference between awakening and enlightenment, and I'm sure you've probably experienced some level of awakening in the past, which is why you're on this path, and there is more to come. And it's just going to take practice. It's just going to take a little bit more control of your mind. It's going to take a little bit more openness of releasing what you believe to be yourself and releasing what you've held on to for such a long time, regarding your beliefs of who and what you are, believing who and or what the world is, what the universe is. The more you release, the more you invite in ultimate truth. All right, so as not to go too long, we'll end here for this week. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.